I've participated in the printmaking residency now 3 times in a way. And so I guess one of my lasting memories is, and maybe, I don't even know if I'm just thinking, sorry, I'm thinking out loud. I'm like, how do I process this? So the lasting, yeah, wanna, like, rephrase it and then, okay.
And then say it again.
Okay.
And you can take your time because
yeah.
since Julia's off camera, we're not
right.
going to use her question.
Right, she's just saying it.
So
yeah.
you can take a minute
and then reframe it.
Yourself
okay.
And then keep going.
Yeah. And it's probably okay if I don't even say like my lasting memory is, because I'm like, I wouldn't really call it a lasting memory. Right. Okay. I have printed with Julia DeMario 3 times. And I think that one of the things that I enjoy so much about coming here is just picking up on this thread that is our collaboration together, but also that's become our friendship. And I feel like we've seen each other's lives and careers develop, and our families have become intertwined. And so I think the thing that's special about coming to Sitka for me is that this is a place that I like to return to. And it's a relationship I like to return to. And my work is made richer for having a deep connection and a relationship with Julia and this place that is Sitka. And it's the trees and the water and the estuary and the people here. And so that is one of the lasting and ongoing impressions that I have of this place. I come here, even when I now come to the Cascade Head with my family, and we come here because of what Sitka Center for Art and Ecology represents to my family, and the people and the land. In a way I could have never anticipated almost 20 years ago. My work in prints often informs the work that's happening in my studio and vice versa. So they're almost both imprinting on each other simultaneously. And there's things that I've gone on to realize in my studio that have grown out of the process of making prints in collaboration with Julia. And then there's also times where the printmaking is just kind of a jumping off point for other ideas. But I see it intimately tied to my practice in a way that I'm just starting to realize and embrace. Like, I don't think I ever realized how significant printmaking was to my practice. But it is something that I'm looking back in my history of prints with Julia and collaborating with a few other people. And it's interesting how prints, for me, not only do they record like a series of ideas that embody the work that I'm making at that time, but they also become kind of touchstones for other things that are happening in my life. And I think that's kind of interesting. I have been thinking a lot about companion species and companion relationships. And for me, that grows out of being a citizen of the Seneca Nation, and it has a lot to do with Seneca and Iroquois teachings, but it also has to do on reflecting what it means to be related to one another, related to animals. I'm from the Turtle Clan, and then also thinking a lot about the natural environment. And I, for this print, have been looking at the poetry of Emily Dickinson. And in a poem about mountains, she reflects on how mountains are ancestors and chairs and observers. And so that has been kind of the jumping off point for the print I'm making. And in my studio, I'm working with a lot of text right now, and so in this print, I am also engaging with text. I think the thing that's special about this program that I'd want Jordan to know, or any funder to know, is that it's more than the residency. It's more than, you know, a finite period of time making prints with Julia. It is about so many things, but it's a relationship that I keep coming back to, and it's a relationship that has informed my work over the arc of my career to date. It's a relationship that I consider to be part of my family. It's something that's kind of hard to put words to, because I think that when you think of funding something like this, like the outcome is a print, but it's not just a print. It's all the other things that print is a marker of memory for. And for that, I'm super grateful that he sees value in this, and that the relationships that it's building, that include relationships with nature and relationships with the animals that are here, you know, like the frogs and the crickets and the birds, and, you know, like listening to the waves last night, like all the things that you see and don't see, like become part of that fold. And yeah, it's just a special place.